Okay, it's Mr. Benson here with my fourth or fifth attempt at making a quick video to explain the rest of the log stuff that I figured out later on in the day today. Basically, I figured out a simpler way of solving some of those problems that we were looking at fairly early on in the piece, where I kind of had an intuitive way of doing it, but it wasn't very nice. Okay, so the question I'm thinking of is the one which was log base half of 2 equals x, and I had a messy way of thinking about this, which was to go, okay, well that's the same as log of 2 to the power of minus 1, 2 equals x, and so if we rearrange this in the way that we were talking about later on in the day, we could say 2 to the minus 1 the power of x equals 2, and so what we had to think about is what value of x is going to make this true. And basically we could think about this in terms of index laws, where this is saying 2 to the minus 1 x is equal to 2 to the 1. And so what we end up with, if we're thinking about index laws, is we know that these two indices are going to multiply here. So negative 1x equals 1. So therefore x, in order to make that true, we find that x equals negative 1. Now, that's fine, but it only works for nice simple questions like this, where the base on this side is a factor. No, factor isn't even the right word. It's a root of the number over here. Now, that's okay, but it's kind of limited in what you can do with it. It's not a terrible way of approaching it, but yeah, it's not that nice. Now, there is a better way that I figured out later on, and it related to one of the later questions that there was a good solution to. So all we have to do is we're basically going to go to this step here, where we're going to rewrite it without the log. So, but I'm going to do this a slightly different way. So over this side, I'm just going to rewrite this. Now my base is a half. I'm going to leave it as a half for the moment because I can. It's nice and simple. So basically what I'm saying is a half to the power of x equals 2. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. So if I go log of, in fact, I'm going to do it as a decimal now because I can. 0.5 to the power of x equals log of 2. So then what I'm going to do is, following my log laws, we know that log of 0.5 to the power of x is the same as x log 0.5. And then all I need to do is just to divide this side, or both sides, by log of 0.5 to get x on its own. So it just becomes a bit of simple algebra. So log 2 over log 0.5. And so what this means is, well, and we can do this and we find out that it does indeed equal negative 1 as well. It doesn't matter what base we're using, as long as we go from this situation up here in the top left, where we have the log of whatever base, but then we rewrite that in terms of an index equation, and then we take the log of both sides, but now it's just the base 10 log, and we can work that out on our calculator. So I could make up any example of this, of pretty much any number that we like. So if I get something slightly weird, like, I don't know, log of 1/3 of 82, now I know that this is not going to be an even power. If it was 81, it probably would be. Well, it definitely would be, but 82 definitely isn't going to be. So I can't figure this out this simple way up here. I need to use the calculator. Now, using a calculator will always get you the right answer. but it will also give you the answer in these situations where it's going to be a decimal as our value of x. So again, same deal. I'm just going to rewrite this as a third to the power of x equals 82. I'm going to take the log of both sides. Rearrange that, so x, whoops, sorry, I'm going to go over this side because I'm running out of room. X log 1/3 equals log 82. Then I'm going to rearrange this, so log 82 over log 1/3, and I'm going to grab my calculator out of my jacket pocket and just do that calculation pretty much as it's written, but you might have to be careful with closing brackets and stuff like that. So log 1 divided by 3, close my brackets, and I get negative 4.011 blah 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 blah. Okay, now we know, I think we might have discussed the one earlier where 81, if the answer had been 81, it would have been negative 4, and so this is slightly different to negative 4 because it's 82 instead, but hopefully you can see that by doing this method, it allows us to calculate any value for that answer at all, not just ones that are nice kind of simple whole numbers, indices, and where the base is one of the roots of the number on the right hand side. Hope that helps. Feel free to come and ask me questions tomorrow if you like, and good luck with your test.